What's up, everyone? My name is Neil. I'm going to talk today about the top 7 advantages of franchising. A little bit about my background. I'm the CEO of a company called Made This Franchise, which is the first and only Airbnb cleaning franchise that exists, fully remote, low cost. I started this company in 2013 originally, and I did not start it as a franchise operation. So I have pretty good insight into the benefits of franchising as well as not franchising. And I'll admit, franchising is not for everyone, but what I'm going to talk about in this video are the top 7 advantages of franchising in general. So let's dive into it. Number 1 is that you get to follow a proven system. That's advantage number 1 of franchising. There's a proven system for you to follow. So in theory, the franchise will have already proven this out either at their home location or through other franchise operations. So you know the business model works. You know there's demand. You know the model generates money, generates profit. The good thing about franchising is normally franchises include something called Item 19. Item 19 in the disclosure shows you the financials of the franchise locations as well as the corporate locations. So as you get into the franchise process, you're going to know that this is a profitable venture or not because they're literally going to show you their financials. So just being able to have the surety that, hey, I'm buying into something which is profitable and proven to be profitable, I think that's huge, and that's a really big advantage of franchising. Number 2, in my mind, this is one of the biggest advantages, is time collapsing. Meaning, whoever set up the franchise system has already gone through the ringer. They've already made hundreds of thousands of dollars of mistakes, which hopefully you don't have to make again. So time collapsing the trial and error versus if you're just doing this yourself or alone. For example, when I first started Made This, I didn't know what I was doing, right? A cleaner would want to get paid. I'd go outside with cash, hand them cash in a car, and figure this out as I went along throughout the path. In hindsight, that slowed down my growth a lot, right? I probably could have sped up what I was doing by a year or two if someone just told me the better way of doing it. So if you think about how much more money I could have made if I just sped up my progress by a year or two, it's a lot, and that really builds on itself. So I think one of the biggest benefits of franchising is just time collapsing, not having to go through that trial and error, and just getting to profitability much faster. Number 3 of why I think franchising is a great avenue to go down and some benefits of it is that there should be a good support system with someone who knows the business model. So every franchise system provides support to you, to the franchisee, and this should be support from people who've already been there and done that. So the support system will provide you hopefully coaches, tools, operations manuals, everything about the business model you're specifically running. Many times you could find coaches for different industries anywhere, right? There's coaches everywhere. The thing is, they don't know your business model exactly. There's different nuances of different business models. In a franchise system, all of their support systems should be catered to your business model. So the support system is here and very highly catered to you, meaning less room for error and more sound advice is the goal. Reason number 4 of why the franchise model is beneficial would be KPIs and metrics tracking. So KPIs stand for key performance indicators. In a franchise system, they should be providing you key performance indicators for you to be hitting, meaning what are your goals and what are the targets. When I started Made This, it took me years to figure out what are the actual metrics I need to be measuring for this to be a successful business. For example, what's the ideal conversion of a phone call sale? Is it 90%? Is it 50%? What's normal in this industry? And there's a million of these metrics where hopefully a franchise system already knows what you should be hitting and what the benchmarks are. Getting an answer of what the benchmarks are and knowing how you're trending towards those benchmarks is huge, right? That's how you can make adjustments quickly and on the fly. So that's one huge benefit of a franchise system is they will have already figured out what are the main key performance indicators for you to look at. Reason number 5 why a franchise system might be beneficial for you is that incentives are aligned. Most franchise systems charge a royalty based off of revenue, meaning if you don't grow, the franchise system also does not make money. So franchisors are highly incentivized to make sure you are growing and you're actually producing cash and making money. I believe that makes the incentives automatically aligned. Franchisors get paid when you get paid. That's basically how it is. You do have to watch out for some franchisors and what they're charging you. Maybe a lot of them are making money from literally charging the franchisee extra. I would say most of the franchisors are not like that. You do hear some horror stories about that, so take a look at that. But in general, I do love the concept that incentives are aligned. You grow and the franchisor grows at the same time. Reason number 6 why franchising can be very beneficial is economies of scale. Ideally, in a franchise system, they already have, let's say, bulk rates with either a supplier, a vendor, someone, where you could get discounted rates on service because your franchise system operates as almost as like a co-op, right? They could do group purchases from a vendor, and therefore the vendor gets discounted rates. Those are things that you can't get if you're going at things individually. And this could be both for supplies, but also for services. For example, in Made This franchise, our franchisees get a discount on digital marketing services with some of our vendors because we have a large footprint and we're working with one vendor for that. So because of that, we get a rate which no one else has access to because we are a group purchasing organization. So being able to pull that together and get discounts is huge, right? It leads to more profitability and faster growth as well. So that's a really big benefit of being in a franchise system. Reason 7 that you should consider a franchise system and why it's beneficial is Derisked. So there's a stat, some studies show from a service called Franet that franchisees have a success rate of 90% versus normal businesses have it around 15%. So within a franchise system, I think there's a lot of reasons why you can be more successful. Number one, you're buying into a proven model. There's a support system. It's a little bit more de-risked. You probably have a little bit more capital to get into a franchise system as well. So a lot of things are de-risked from you from the very get-go, which is why in general, I do believe franchisees have a higher success rate when getting into business. And it's scary. You're an entrepreneur. You're new in the game, and you might want to de-risk what you're doing. A franchise system could be a great way of doing that. So there you have it, the top 7 benefits of being part of a franchise system. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. If you want to check out Made This, we're the first and only Airbnb cleaning franchise in the US. Low cost, fully remote, keep your day job while you do it. So check out the link below to learn more about Made This.